The bazaar releases tomorrow, surely he'll play it right, guys. Clueless tea time, clueless tea time, clueless tea time, clueless tea time, clueless tea time. Felt strong men. Hello, Mr. Force. Did you know on November 8th you can costume first episode of Arcane Season 2? Here's my link.
Good fucking morning, bays. Good fucking morning, ladies. How are y'all doing in this most beautiful of the Tuesday mornings? We good? Chilling? Gucci? Tamaguchi? Tamaguchi. We're good? Nice, very nice, very nice, very nice. Very nice, very nice. Beautifully, beautifully done, lads. We're back in black for another episode. I bet it's gonna be beautiful. Beautiful. This fucking emote, man. Forsen wave. Why? That's probably not even my hand. Huh? Motherfuck. That's someone else's hand. It's probably mother under my desk. Waving to you. Hi son. Just finishing up some business. Oh. I want you to think of that every time you post this emote. Now it's manual blinking time for you guys. Alright, let's see here. Sky Limit UA, thank you man, welcome back. Mega Man, Aizen, Chris, Wilhelm, Friedrich, 2 girls, 1 pan, Arthur Arwell, Imzor, Zebux, and Kanza, thank you. Shay, Game Boy, with 3 years. Trinity said he's fine taking a shower, but he's still not back. I'm afraid Peppa got him.
I do believe your XCOM tutorial run is almost over. It's time to install the Long War mod and begin the real Iron Man run. Forsen is literally Iron Man.
My run is almost over, bro. Are you retarded? We're destroying that ass. Alright? We are destroying that ass. New Life is Strange released today. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Life is cringe. Anything else cool, fresh, new, exciting? New Dota hero. Okay. Red Dead 1 on Steam now. Oh, really? Yeah, we'll see when we have time to squeeze that in. We will see if we have time to squeeze that in somewhere along down the line. Does not have to be now. But it could be a good playthrough, yes. AC Black Flag out. Tog, we'll be checking that out on the tier 3, of course. It's gonna be lit as shit. Mostly shit. Alright, very nice. That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. That's all chat wrote. Is chat he or she? The hive mind that is chat. Female article or male article? It's they them. It. Is it it? It is shit. They are adding lighting to Terraria. Maybe you are aliens. Alien, what is the alien article? Alien Overlord article. I forgot, but I think there is one. Something X, maybe. I don't know. Alright, let's see. Isildur, thank you, man. Specs 2, Astrons, Attila. Thank you, boys. Subscruff, Shatters, Smalkarat, Captain Perky. Nice. Are you gonna try roguelike missions in XCOM after finishing campaign? Bro, what we're doing right now are literally roguelike missions, alright? New seed every time. Every attempt. But no, we will beat it, and then it's on the list of God Gamer achievements. New huge Factorio DLC. Fuck you. That's autism, man. No Factorio, no fucking Factario, no fucking Satisfactorio, Satisfactaria, alright? Enough with your fucking factory fetishes, okay? Motherfucker. It's enough. Path of Exile delayed. Don't matter for me. Will you play the Convergence rehaul mod for Elden Ring? I don't know what that means, but is that some sort of like the Cinders of Majingi for Dark Souls 1 and 3 and shit? Is it one of those mods where they just make the rerouting and different boss fights? Yeah, okay. Yeah, I mean then probably will. Well, I don't see why not. Better than Cinders. You say that and it's not even out. Also, you have to compare a mod to the base game. You cannot compare the mod of another game, another Souls-like, to the mod of a really old game. There's only so much you can do. Limitations, baby. Limitations. Factorio is one of the best games to speedrun. Oh shit, what's the world record? 40 hours? Sounds great. It's a great speedrunning game, man. Alright. Let's see here. We got some Linkos. We got some Linkos. Los Linkos. Welcome to Los Linkos, where everything is allowed except for some things.
That is true. Okay, well, let's see how this goes. So first things first, let's get an item. Now, okay, so as far as I'm aware, this is someone coming from, like, I've only done the tutorial here. Vanessa, it seems to really like DPS. Would you agree with that?
Oh yeah, yeah. She's every hero can be played in all sorts of ways. You could build control Vanessa if you wanted, but she's like the most aggressive character for sure.
All right, let's see what we got here because I have to see all these items. So give me a quick second to read. All right, I think for here I'd probably go with the cutlass. I think it's pretty safe. This could be good potentially in a longer fight, but I feel like for the majority of fights early on, I just want to get some gold and get some XP. What do you think?
Yeah, no wrong options. I personally would take the right one because it scales, and so the earlier you get it, the better it is, and you're getting it on the very first choice of the game. So it'll be like a huge spear if you take it. The cutlass is really good too. Life Preserver might be OP. To be honest, like, you know, in most card games, there's a choice of the game.
How is this?
So it'll be like a huge spear if you take it. The cutlass is really good too. Life Preserver might be OP. To be honest, like, You know, in most card games, there's like a power ranking. Cards are like better or worse than other cards, right? But in the Bazaar, by design, the cards are like relativistically powerful, or they're like contextually powerful. So cards are only strong depending on the other stuff you have.
Yeah, I noticed from doing the tutorial, like there was a lot of self-balancing. It felt like some builds just outright crushed me, but then other ones I just destroyed, which is, it's kind of a cool way of like not having a meta while also having one, because like, you know, what's inherently strong with your build, but it doesn't mean that's going to be good against the across the field, which is like a good way of getting excited for each battle against another player.
Yeah, totally. You can hit a good matchup even if you're having a bad run. Or
across the board, this is fine, but we don't have a ton of weapons. I kind of like this one. Let's grab this. Start scaling this up. Okay. All right, so let's go through this. So bronze items, silver items, and gold items. I believe there's also diamond. Those are like the, I'm going to call them the tier of the item itself. As you get higher up in the rarity of gems, they become stronger. That's how it works, right?
Yep. Yeah, there's just 4 tiers of everything. Player ranks, item tiers, skill tiers, bronze, silver, gold, diamond for everything.
Obviously, for people who don't know, you have like money, and you want to decide whether or not you want to probably spend a little bit more money for like a silver item, or you could probably spend a little less for the base item. I'm feeling a little risky here, so let's go for this.
Yeah, I like it. We just sort of jumped into it, but yeah, to give people an idea of what the game is, it's a drafting game. So we're just going to go on this adventure, build up a hero from nothing, and take cards and stuff to get stronger along the way. It's kind of like Slay the Spire, but multiplayer, or like roguelikes, but multiplayer. But yeah, that's the idea.
The next fight, I believe, is the actual mob here. So I'm going to take the repeater, especially in the early game. Like a safe pick.
Yeah, I like it. It's a strong item.
Okay, so let's talk about these enemies, because in the tutorial they kind of go through it a little bit, but I was curious of the thought process here. So the first one, they're all level 1, right? And then as you go more into your days, I noticed that some are like inherently insane. They're like a strategy you would say for when you want to take like a huge risk. I guess it just depends on your build, but maybe there's like a secret perspective that you have to help people out when deciding what to do.
Yeah, there's 2 things I think about. Number 1 is like, how strong am I? If I'm running hot, I want to fight the stronger monster. They give more experience, better rewards. For this first fight, they're all pretty much the same reward wise. They just have different items. What's cool about the Bazaar is when you beat a monster, they have items just like you do, and you get to take one of them at random, or you could even take their skill. And so I kind of go to the monster that has the best thing for my build. Here, there's no wrong answers. They're all kind of equally good for you. I like the Viper. It has probably the best standalone item. It has a poison fang, which is pretty good if you high roll it early. The Bee has some wings that are pretty good, that lower your cooldown and stuff. Any of the, whatever speaks to your heart, Raren. I just click on the picture that's prettiest half the time. You're no legend, if I'm being honest.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go through the rewards as well for people. So the first one on the left is gold. The next one is XP, and then the last one is the item of the skill.
Hello,
and the skills are
Force.
one of these, just for people
I have
who are
noticed
curious.
you
I
brag
think you
about
always get one item
that
no matter
you are not
what, if I'm
away,
correct, right?
but
Yeah, you get
every
one of those
season
things.
you are
It's
still
one of the
sitting
items,
at the
but you
same
get the
one
skill
place.
instead.
All right, let's see what we got
What
here.
is
All
the
right, this is an
difference,
easy fight for
Mr.
sure.
Force? Is there no rich Swede
Okay, so
community
he's like
that will
poison.
guide you?
I mean, I think it's impossible to list the first fight. I would hope. I have no.
That's what I
Every
tell myself,
season
but
you're still
it
sitting at
may
the
or may
same
not have happened
place.
many times. We keep changing the health numbers around on these guys, so I play
Why
1 week
would
and they're
you
just all OP
have
and
to
crushing me,
switch?
and I'm immediately humbled.
What?
Yeah, right now, yeah, they're pretty beatable, I think. For beta, we toned them down for you guys.
Oh, that's.
I don't understand what you're saying. I choose to sit here, yeah.
Arwen. Tolenilu. Ichaer gwanar navalano sibado no kirar.
I have made my choice.
Will you install the third-party temple launcher to play the Bazaar? Wait, it's not gonna be on Steam even?
He is not coming back. Why do you linger here when there is no hope?
What?
There is still hope.
Yeah, probably not. I hate third party. I'd
If
rather
Aragorn
lazy game.
survives this war, you will still be parted.
Here is a link.
If Sauron is defeated and Aragorn made king and all that you hope for comes true, you will still have to taste the bitterness of mortality. Whether by the sword or the slow decay of time, Aragorn will die. And there will be no comfort for you, no comfort to ease the pain of his passing. he will come to death. An image of the splendor of the kings of men in glory, undimmed before the breaking of the world. But you, my daughter, you will linger on in darkness and in doubt, as nightfall in winter that comes without a star. Here you will dwell, bound to your grief under the fading trees,
This is a great video.
until all the world is changed and the long years of your life are utterly spent. Arwen. There is nothing for you here. Only death. Ahí muerin Velithli.
كيف ميناتا
All right.
H. More aliens feels okay, man. More aliens feels okay, man.
I was raised by wolves. I was born to lead, and I starve till there's no more mouth to feed. There's a
Arcane
hand
Season 2
on my
drops on
throat
November 9th.
and a blade at
Only
my
on Netflix.
feet. But the weight of the world won't bend my knees. Broken bones, battle scars. I've seen the bloodshed carved in stone. When it's my sword, they won't forget. No peace till I lead them all. Lead me
I watched this one, yeah.
hear my voice call.
I'm already watching Penguin.
Sorrows underneath these bones, just blood, sweat and tears is all I know. I can use who I want, and I taste what I please.
I don't even know what hero this is.
I get all my fantasies. There's a
Check.
hand on my
Legend.
throat and a child
No one does.
in my face.
Oh, she's not out.
But the weight of the world won't bend my knees. No, no peace till I lead them all. Lead me with my demons, hear my voice call. No fears or sorrows underneath these bones.
Is that Pantheon or what?
Sweat and tears is all I know. It's all I know.
Fucking OP hero, man.
Don't wash my spirit, don't cleanse my soul. It can't break my courage, and I won't fall.
did she see?
is all I know.
You're not supposed to rip them out. Why not? Because they have the fucking claws like on the back of the tip. It pulls shit out if you try and rip it out. You're supposed to cut it off. Hi guys.
She might be in danger.
No,
She
she's
might
fine.
be in danger.
This kind of procedure all the time.
Help me! Help me!
That's really unlucky. Very unluck. Specs 2, A Storms, Attila Linear Tomer Shenia is the voice. Welcome back.
Hello, Commander.
It's talking to me.
Hey everybody, Christopher Odd here, and welcome to a playthrough of Long War 2. This is a complete overhaul mod for XCOM 2, developed by the guys at Pavonis Interactive. They changed their name from Long War Studios, as you had previously known them. And this brings so many changes to XCOM 2, it's hard to list them all. But some of the changes include different perks, different classes. The entire strategy layer has been changed. And I mean like completely changed. You now have to like infiltrate missions before you go on them to reduce the amount of enemies that you're going to run into. Difficulty is significantly higher. There's way more enemies. They act differently. There's little havens that you have to manage on the geoscape, and you have like a squad full of resistance members there that you have to manage. Like, it's very, very, very intense. And I want to thank 2K for two things. Number one, I want to thank them for letting me have access to Long War 2 a little bit before it was released. Your next question might be, well, when is it released? If it's not on Steam right now, as this video is live, then it should be quite soon. The second thing I want to thank them for is for supporting these mod developers. Like, they've given Pavonis their complete backing for this. Jake and Garth did a stream on Firaxis the other day, and like really, really cool that they're streaming Long War 2 and like backing this project 100%. So I'm gonna get into it right now, and I'll try to explain some things as I go. I've only had a couple hours to like experiment with Long War 2, but I am super excited. It's a game changer. It's a totally different game, and a lot of really cool additions and changes that they've made. So first big decision is which difficulty do we play on. Now, normally I would play on Legend in regular XCOM 2, but if you know anything about Long War, that is not, you don't do that. If you play, I've tried this, I'll be honest. I tried to play it on Legend, and like the first mission, there was like 40 enemies, and I had like my soldiers out there just dying. It was crazy. Commander, insane challenge here. It even says like a significant challenge for experienced long warriors. I have not played a lot of long war in the past. Veteran is a challenge appropriate for players familiar with XCOM. That's me, I'm very familiar. I have done some experimenting between veteran and commander, and I do feel that we're like somewhere in between there. But because there's so many new mechanics, we're gonna go veteran. That's the difficulty they recommend, and hopefully it proves to be enough of a challenge in the long run. I know it will, it's gonna kick my ass. And it gives us a chance to learn all of the different mechanics that we're gonna have to learn as we go.
Hello, Mr.
Being
Force.
that this is a new mod,
Have you said
and
no
I've got
more
two
links
other,
yet? If yes,
cosmetic mods
then my
on,
lawyer
which is,
said you are legally
Gotcha
obliged
Flank,
to refund me.
and we
If
also
not,
have
then
the
could you
additional
please
icons so we
react
can
a
see
little
little
bit
bit more about
harder?
our enemies.
Your
I'm not gonna
reactions
go with
are
Iron
really
Man
lacking,
just
little
because
bozo.
mods and,
Not
you know,
even
how it
Iron
works.
Man.
Let's rock and roll.
Yes,
Gatecrasher, by the way.
I have not said no links, but I'll say now, no further links, Your Honor. Azumatsu, Ghostly, Monster Jesus, Daviorn, Jerry Cobb, Shoshop, and Zozo BB with the prime subs. Thank you very much, welcome. O-Truck as well.
My second question is about divorce. Like in subcontinent, they consider 3 divorce as 3 in one sitting. So I know it consider 1. So if any case happens around me or someone asks me, so do I have a right to tell those couple as a student of knowledge that you can carry your relationship, it counts 1? Or can they call in another country's scholar and ask fatwa from there? Would it be right? Instead of preferring their own country's scholar, where ulama take decision and give fatwa according to particular madhab, not from Quran and Sunnah.
Okay.
So please enlighten me in these issues.
I will answer you, inshallah. Now, in the subcontinent, and this is the case in some of the schools of thought, they consider 3 divorce in one sitting as 3. And this was the case at the time of Umar, may Allah be pleased with him.
I don't know what that means. 3 divorces in one sitting.
In the beginning, the Prophet ﷺ's time, 3 divorces were considered as 1. So if a man tells his wife, you're divorced, you're divorced, you're divorced, or I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you. This counts as 1. Now, a lot of ambiguity takes place when people don't know the terminologies and the concept of divorce. So if someone tells his wife, and I get a lot of questions about this issue, I will divorce you soon. You deserve to be divorced. You will go to your family's house. This is abusive. This is trash talk. A real man does not say this. But sometimes he's cornered and his wife is bullying him, and his only means of defense is to just threaten her. So the woman asks, am I divorced? And the answer is no. The intention or what should be done in the future is not a divorce. A divorce is when he says, I divorce you, or he says it in the past tense, you are divorced. This is it. So at the time of the Prophet ﷺ, this used to be considered as 1. At the time of Abu Bakr, it used to be considered as 1. In the beginning of the time of the reign of Umar, may Allah be pleased with him, it used to be considered as 1. But later on, people started abusing the right to divorce. So Umar wanted to reprimand them. May Allah be pleased with him. And he said, okay, from now on, if you say 3 times to your wife, you're divorced, you're divorced, you're divorced, it's over. It's done. You cannot get back to her until she marries another man in a legit marriage, and he divorces her in a legit way, then you may remarry her again. So the difference between jurors and schools of thought is whether to apply this ruling or this ruling, and both are acceptable. Now for us as laymen, can we cherry pick and choose whatever suits us? So a couple in time of rage, or not even rage, in time of wanting to divorce, the man says to his wife, I divorce you, I divorce you, I divorce you. And after couple of weeks, he regrets it, and he says to his wife, I revoke my divorce because it's only one divorce. I want you back. The wife knows the ruling, but she says, I don't want to see you anymore, and I want to get out of this marriage. And according to some jurors, this is 3 divorces. To the Hanafi, for example, according to the Hanafi school of thought, this is over. And in order for me to marry you again, I have to remarry another man. So they have a dispute. Now, in such cases, how to rule? Is it the father of the girl who has the judgment? Is it the man who gave the divorce? In such cases, this is only solved by going back to the Islamic court in your country. So,
thanks. Now you know, chat.
This video is brought to you by Brilliant. Pick up a new skill or just learn more about things like science, math, engineering, computer science, and so much more thanks to Brilliant's accessible and interactive courses. Try everything Brilliant has to offer for free for 30 days and get 20% off an annual subscription by visiting brilliant.org/skillup. Click the link below to get started or stick around to the end of the video to learn more. I want to begin this review the same way I did my Final Fantasy XVI review, which is to say that reviews are opinions. This is my opinion and my opinion only. I expect that there will be a broad range of opinions on Dragon Age the Veilguard, and I encourage you to seek them out. I do not have a monopoly on truth. As I've said many times before, I'm just a nerd with a microphone and a YouTube account. My opinion is no more or less valuable than anybody else's. Okay? Alright, so Dragon Age the Veilguard is a colossal disappointment. I really can't put it any other way. I spent 50 hours playing this, and it was time I desperately wished that I could get back. I started having my doubts at around the 10-hour mark. I was thoroughly checked out at the 20-hour mark, and the remaining 30 hours were just excruciatingly painful as I was forced to suffer through the endless morass of banality that is Dragon Age the Veilguard. In many ways, Veilguard is a bigger disappointment than Anthem was. Like, if I was to hand LeBron a tennis racket, I'd expect to see some pretty shitty tennis. BioWare never had any business making a looter shooter, and so when Anthem flopped, its failure was easily explained, easily reconciled. But if I hand LeBron a basketball, I expect to see some fucking points on the board, and it's impossible to imagine a bigger home court advantage than this for BioWare. The Dragon Age franchise, one of their most beloved and most successful, no pressure from EA to cram in all sorts of live service bullshit like it was meant to have at one point, but they pivoted away from that years ago. There's no in-game cash up here, there was obviously plenty of development time and budget, there was the freedom for BioWare to make a BioWare-ass BioWare game, without any compromises, and without any excuses. In no way, shape, or form did BioWare meet the moment and capitalize on the opportunity that was handed to them. Dragon Age the Veilguard apes the most superficial elements of a BioWare game, making no effort to modernize what is a now fairly dated formula, while delivering absolutely none of the writing, characterization, and imagination that made its previous games so great. The writing is frankly terminal. It lacks any nuance or wit or wisdom. It cannot communicate ideas except to say them aloud to the camera. It manufactures petty, unbelievable tension because it doesn't know how to create anything more real, and it's too scared to ever be truly confronting or dark for fear that it might make the audience uncomfortable. Every interaction between the companions feels like HR is in the room, and every interaction led by the main character, Rook, sounds like he's addressing an under-12 soccer team before a semi-final, or teaching toddlers how to properly share toys. The way you build relationships with your companions is so woefully outdated. Drawn-out quest lines completely divorced from the main plot, starring disposable villains and recycling the same settings, enemies, and bosses you find elsewhere. The romance system feels equally antiquated, heavily reliant on the "we'll bang, okay" button, even when it doesn't make sense for that to be an option, with no supporting systems behind it to make your romance decisions feel believable or consequential. The world design is so weird. I have never encountered worlds quite like this. They feel more like Overwatch maps than actual explorable spaces, and they're littered with puzzles so mind-numbingly stupid that I wonder how little BioWare must think of our ability to solve puzzles. And the combat is like, man, shallow is too kind a word. The lack of enemy variety, the sponginess of those enemies, how limited your control over party members is, It all makes combat so utterly mindless and so breathtakingly repetitive. Let me put it this way. I spoke to 2 other reviewers who both ended up lowering the difficulty to the easiest setting, not because it was hard, but because it was just so drawn out and so boring. I've never done that before for any game that I've reviewed, but I did it at the 40-hour mark here, and I swear to God, I wish I did it 20 hours earlier. I know how brutal all of this sounds, and I want to be super clear that I desperately wanted it to be different. I really did. I am aware of the stakes surrounding this game and what it means for BioWare's future, and I was praying so hard that BioWare's next game would be a fucking banger, and that the future of the studio would be secure, and that we'd all be looking forward to a Mass Effect game. But I cannot say any of those things, because the honest truth is that barring a few exceedingly rare moments, there wasn't a single aspect of Dragon Age the Veilguard that I actually enjoyed, and there are very few games that I play that I can say that of.
I know you're hurt, Nev, but the rest of us need to do something.
Like most BioWare games, Dragon Age the Veilguard begins here in character creation. It is flexible in the sense that it has plenty of options and sliders, but it's all limited by one central constraint, and that's the game's very stylized aesthetic. Characters do not look like real people. They look like Pixar or DreamWorks characters. You think I'm exaggerating? This is Prince Charming from Shrek. Are you going to tell me this man wouldn't slot right into the Veilguard aesthetic? Man, you could drop him in right now as a companion character and no one would bat an eyelid. It's obviously a choice that BioWare made. You don't accidentally end up with characters that look like this. On one hand, I respect it because they really swung for something different here. Absolutely. On the other hand, I really dislike how these characters look. I just don't like it. And I think it's a massive downgrade versus what this series has previously offered. Like, this is the new Morrigan, for example. If you've never played Dragon Age before, then this might not mean anything to you, but if you have played it, then this rendition is gonna look pretty weird. There are other returning characters making cameos in this game. Stuff BioWare has asked us...
Well, that sucks for them, I guess. How long was this game in production? Probably a long time, right? 8 years, 9 years. 8, 9 years. The game is getting pretty good reviews. It looks to be pretty okay. I haven't actually checked a single review of this game. I haven't played the original one. But to me this looks like Dragon's Dogma with the fucking party. It looks like Dragon's Dogma. If I had to... but with more RPG elements in terms of the dialogue, right? Yeah, not far off. I did not like Dragon's Dogma. I did not even play the fucking next one. And no. Why have an automated party? Just control the party members in a turn-based or do a solo adventure. Like, summons is fine, but then it should be like a class choice, you know what I mean? Like, you're a summoner or a necromancer, and then you have some AIs, hooga booga, you know. But I don't think you should have party members and you don't have fucking control over party members. That's stupid, I think. But we'll see.
Our country is going to hell. The critical job of
3.7k views, huh? You have to listen to the calls, Samir, okay? 50k plus views, okay? 50k plus views, man. Look at the fucking rulings when you click the fucking dono, okay? My God in Himmel. Yes.
2 decades after discovering the structure of DNA in 1953, Francis Crick made a statement that shocked the scientific world. He had come to the conclusion that human DNA was far too complex to have evolved over the 4.5 billion year history of planet Earth.
Francis Crick asked the question, could it be that the extremely complex DNA that we have in us was seeded from outside, was an intelligent entity involved in sort of flooding the earth with the genes that made humans. And I think that this is certainly a logical possibility.
Francis Crick wrote and promoted the idea that it was possible that DNA may have been seeded on this planet from another star system in a process known as directed panspermia.
Francis Crick comes up, of course, with the idea of directed panspermia as an explanation of an extraterrestrial civilization that shoots DNA, loads it up on a rocket, shoots it out into space, and this is the origin of human DNA. So this is...
Bro, if we can't even find planets with the like speed of fucking light vicinity, they expect a fucking slow-ass meteor to fucking get here before their whole fucking civilization is gone and fucking revived 10 times over.
Francis Crick himself,
the man who discovered DNA, won the Nobel Prize for it. You don't get a greater authority than that.
Right. He said it was impossible that this could have happened spontaneously.
So, but are you talking about intervention in the middle of the evolution, or from the very beginning?
Both.
It's starting as
both. Right. In my opinion, someone changed the genetic makeup in the humanoid species.
I'm glad you brought that up, Giorgio, because geneticists have discovered other types of hominins in our DNA, Denisovans and others.
In recent years, new discoveries in genetic research have profoundly altered the timeline of human evolution.
When you look at the evolution of humanity and the different species that have existed throughout time, early on we had a pretty simple story. We started with our ancestors, we split from chimpanzees and monkeys, the Homo sapien ancestors developed, and what confuses the story is, as we do more research in archaeology, we're discovering a wide range of different hominids.
Before modern humans occupied the Eurasian continent, there were two so-called archaic humans existing there. To the west and the central area, we had the Neanderthals, but from the central to the eastern part of the continent, we had the so-called Denisovans, and that there are a number of others.
Given the great diversity of the number of different species, how is it that Homo sapiens ended up the only one left?
Scientists now believe that dating back as much as 40,000 years ago, at least 8 human-like species existed on Earth at the same time.
The discovery could be that the evolution of the humanoid primate on this planet is because of the genetic manipulation of extraterrestrial biological entities using this planet Earth like a laboratory.
Like a laboratory. Again, if they send a fucking meteor after seeing, okay, these guys have monkeys, they would be fucking, the meteor would be fucking long fucking gone after whole civilization is already dead. Like, they need fucking giga light speed to begin with.
This recent report, published in The Local, gained a lot of traction on social media. Indians, instead of going to Sweden, are moving out. But why? Wasn't Sweden the social democratic utopia those looking to settle abroad wanted to move to? Sweden represented a third way, which had combined growth traits of a capitalist economy and the benevolence of a welfare state. And this, combined with Sweden's liberal migration policy, made it a country which saw hundreds of thousands of immigrants from Iraq, Somalia, and several other war-torn countries move to Sweden. A haven for refugees, a liberal paradise. But that's changing, and changing fast. Hello and welcome, you're watching The Mint, and I'm Abhishek Singh. In this video, we will find out the answer to two important questions. Why Indians in particular are choosing to leave Sweden. And the bigger picture. Because it's not just the Indians who are leaving. Syrians, Iraqis, and even the Chinese are leaving. First up, let's try to understand why the Indians are either coming back to India or leaving Sweden for other European countries or the US. As of 2022, as many as 50,000 Indians were living in Sweden. The number of Indians moving to Sweden has been greater, than the number of Indians moving out for the last 2 decades, year after year. But as per the locals' report, for the first time since records began, more Indians are leaving than moving to Sweden. In fact, the number of Indians who left Sweden this year makes them the largest group of immigrated foreigners in the first half of the year to move out. A total of 2,837 Indians left Sweden between January and June, a 171% increase on the same period last year, which makes Indians by a large margin the biggest group of immigrated foreigners, followed by people born in Iraq, China and Syria. Ankur Tyagi, a software engineer who moved to Sweden 4 years ago, feels Sweden is not for everyone. His post on Twitter about Indians leaving Sweden for various reasons crossed 300,000 views.
And I would say it's not exactly the reverse migration, but it's something individual choice, to be honest. But in the post itself, I mentioned a couple of 10 pointers. So as an Indian, we are very close to our family ties, and so we miss family. It's all individual decisions. Some people come and go within a year or 6 months, and some people try to adjust and try to relearn or unlearn, basically.
Interestingly, another factor which Ankur also alluded to is the availability of better opportunities elsewhere, including back in India.
One of my friend last year, he also left. He was a good friend. I will take his example, to be honest. And his main point was he was not happy being an ambitious person. The kind of a growth we have in India, kind of opportunities you have, there is a well-groomed startup ecosystem in Bangalore and in Pune as well. But here things are moving very generous pace, not very fast, not very slow. So if you are very ambitious, so you feel sometimes stuck in that pace. So you don't have much freedom to do what you want, because as you go up in the ladder, so you have to pay a lot of taxes.
Now, migrants, including Indians, may have their own reasons to move out. But for decade-long established trends to change, there have to be some other factors at play. And there are.
Gang wars and shootings have kept Sweden on tenterhooks for years. The situation is getting increasingly brutal.
Some say the rise of violence in recent years shows that integration has failed in Rinkeby.
As per some, what has changed is the attitude of the Swedes, which in part is a result of increase in crime, gun violence, riots. In fact, present-day Sweden carries the dubious distinction of having the highest rate of gangland killings in Europe. The average age of serious offenders in Sweden is the lowest across Europe. In a lot of cases, children in their low teens are being arrested for crimes like murders. More and more suburbs are being officially classified, especially vulnerable areas where it is hard, bordering on impossible for the police to operate. You know, a kind of a no-go zone. In fact, if you want to find out how serious this problem is, look at this clip of the 60 Minutes crew being violently attacked in what's called the Little Mogadishu in Sweden, since mostly Somali migrants live there.
Go on! Whoops! Hey! Go on!
Now that clip is 8 years old, but if you want to find out how serious the problem is, just go on YouTube and other social media platforms and type no-go zones in Sweden, and you would come across dozens of such videos. Less than a decade ago, Sweden had one of the lowest levels of gun crimes in Europe. But as per reports, now Sweden is the second highest. In Stockholm, gun violence is roughly 30 times that of London. In a lot of these crimes, immigrants are seen to be involved. And what Sweden is going through is called by some of its neighbors the Swedish condition. Now, a large number of the refugee population is dependent on state to survive. This is a huge burden even on the economy of a wealthy country like Sweden.
The growing housing shortage is predicted to affect more than 500,000 Swedes. Some are blaming immigrants for these issues.
Is there a storm coming for Sweden, Jens?
I would say that we've been through tough times.
Central banks are predicting that there will be a slowdown. This is, of course, a concern.
And to make matters worse, Sweden is in the middle of a recession. Swedish growth has stagnated over the past 2 years and GDP declined in the second quarter of 2024. So it is not a surprise that the voices against immigration are getting stronger. And also, some, including Indians, are leaving of their own volition because of a lack of the kind of opportunities which once drew them in. All these factors combined have resulted in a change in the overall mindset.
Why are you laughing at me? Swedish recession is good for me. You guys pay me in dollars. That's what it is.
Oh shit, wait, look at this.
Well, yeah.
It's just popped up. Bag seat, like
I hear all
like
these numbers about shootings
import.
and
Wait, you can press import and it auto does your routes?
It's crazy how we go from so low to so high.
Oh my god, are we evolving? Are we evolving, bro? Okay, Dev's getting a little bit serious. Let's kick this off with a bang. Today we're climbing to the top, no mercy. Yep, no mercy. No mercy, Tonka. Alright, Garrett, let's go. Get those starting items and be ready for that Gragas invade. You're in a good spot to start strong, so don't be a scrub. I think it thinks Gragas is
I think people are leaving also
so
because
you're playing Garen and you're up
it was so easy to get into Sweden out of all the countries, out of all the European countries. And then when you have your European citizenship, or your Swedish one, you can go to any EU country easily after 5 years. So I think that's a big part of the reason too.
Oh, tell me about
so you start in the easiest place and then you get the fuck out to whatever other country has great benefits, but only if you're an EU citizen.
Here's a tank, bro. You gotta respect the lifesteal, man. They got it wrong. Also, I missed a mechanics. I was fixing it. Yo, say it's so fun. Listen up. Yo, watch that. Gragas is gonna try to gate you. Don't die for dragons.
Why did he go for that Gragas though, after taking so many turret shots?
I might just leave. I'm not gonna lie. Garen, what the hell are you doing? You just got caught out and fed first blood. You need to be more aware of your surroundings and stop getting caught out like that. You're already behind in gold and you need to step it up.
Oh, that one wasn't bad actually. Damn, right. He right? Maybe he's right. That was pretty bad. I gave first blood. That'd be better. It'll be better for you, Tonka.
I have never played. Yo, Garen, watch out. The fronts are coming up, and the jungler might try to gate you.
Dude, it thinks. Oh, never mind. Let's say it thinks I'm. I can't stop him, man. That message actually. Fast skin. That's the real problem. There's the ugly ass Garen skin, ugly ass God King.
Just chill out. You're behind the items and getting wrecked.
Am I getting wrecked? Bro, when it's AI generated text, it keeps like pausing. Like it like breaks halfway through. When it's not pre-programmed dialogue, the AI breaks.
You came out and snowball with these dragons?
Fine, I got this, bro.
Say it's so fun, you're in a tough spot. That Gragas and Kindred are coming for you. You show them you're the boss and get that dragon back.
You betcha, but I'll do that.
Alright, say it is so fun. You're Garen, you're a tank, you're a fighter. You're menace, you're behind on items, but you're even in golds. You gotta get those items, bro.
Gotta get those items. He's gonna come here. Oh, the wrong way. Person. Oh, and I take long.
That was slick.
That was slick, wasn't it, bud?
Dude, you're getting wrecked. This Gragas is a beast. He's gonna eat you alive.
No, he's not.
You gotta play smart and be careful as engaged.
He's dog shit.
Dude, that was a sick play.
That was.
You're finally getting ahead.
Thank you.
Keep pushing your tank. You gotta be aggressive.
Okay, it really loves the, you're a tank. Fine, I'm not a tank. Technically, You're in a tank? I mean, honestly, Maybe. You're 100% a tank, you just build him whack. You're low elo. Shut up, bro. Shut the f up.
You're getting wrecked. You need to chill out and farm. Right as the tank mage and burst, you're a fighter, take this sting.
Well, I'm a fighter tank.
Alright. Pops, Fawnen, Alex, Nutrius with the gifted RJ, Medical W, 92 AK, Kobold, and Maro Cow. Thanks for subbing. And resubbing, ladies. Alright, I think we're good there. No further links, no further links. Your honor. Honorful honor. You should run for Prime Minister. I already am the Prime Minister of Bayistan. Bayistan. Alright, let's play some games, ladies. We got a spooky game first, maybe. Yeah. We got a spooky game. Let's play a spooky game. What's this one called? Massacre at the Mirage.